To make our peanuts, we need egg, salt, sugar, flour, and don't forget our baking powder, our granules. They are these are what you are going to be using. I'm just going to pour out my granules. I bought this like that, and this is my egg. I break my egg and I start with my egg. You have to really mix your egg thoroughly so that you won't have any clotted or mixed egg. Now I'm adding my granite. This is roasted granite that you can buy on the roadside. I'm going to be mixing it, making sure that my granite have wet my granite with my mixed egg. So I'm going to make sure that everything is thoroughly mixed. That's why I'm pouring it bit by bit to be sure that everything is going to get inside my whisk egg. Now, as you can see, I've poured everything completely inside. Then I'll start to make sure I mixed everything. You don't leave anyone dry. Everything has to. You are going to have your egg mixed with your granules, every part of your granules. So the next thing, I'm going to take care of my flour. I'm going to be mixing my flour. This is my flour. So I'm mixing my flour with the sugar. I'm going to mix my flour with sugar. I usually use this straight so that I'm going to see everything I'm going to mix, and everything is going to mix thoroughly. So I'm adding my flour to my small tray. Then I'm adding my sugar. I had enough sugar. I'm adding my sugar, then add my baking powder, yes, to make the flour crunchy with your granite. So I'm adding my baking powder. So after adding our baking powder, which is just a teaspoon, just 1 spoon, it's enough for this quantity, just 1 spoon. Like for my flour, I didn't tell you initially, I just used 2 cups of flour, and I use half cup of sugar, and I'm making use of my tin, that is the milk tin, to make my measurement. So that is how my measurement, and this is the baking powder. I'm using just a spoon. And then for my salt, is just a pinch of salt. I just had a little pinch of salt. It's not really so obvious. So after I've thoroughly mixed my flour, then I'll be adding my coated granules bit by bit. I'm not going to add everything at once. I'm just going to be doing this bit by bit so that everything will mix with the flour, because I want to clot the granite with the flour. So I'm just going to I will continue to mix bit by bit. I don't rush this process, because if you rush this process, before you know what is happening, everything is just going to clot together. You're not going to have them in peace. So I have to make sure I do this gradually. Then you just mix with your flour gradually, step by step. So as I packed, I mixed, I pack, I just make sure I'm making sure that the flour, the sugar, the baking powder is what the egg, that's the eggs that has been mixed with the granite, is going to make the flour stick to the granite. So that is just the purpose. Then this is my fry pan. I put my fry pan on fire. I had my groundnut oil. This is my groundnut oil to fry my peanut burger. So after adding my groundnut oil, I just add one to be sure that the groundnut oil is hot. Then I add my coated flour groundnut to the groundnut oil, and I'll stir bit by bit. You continue to stir and make sure you reduce your heat. Don't make it too high, because if you make it too high, it's just going to get burned and you're not going to have that perfect result at the end of the day. You can also make this, you can use this as a side business if you need something to do. It's so easy to make. You can just get your granite, and you can see this is a golden brown. Thank you for watching today's video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. See you in my next video. Thank you for watching today's video. See you in my next